My name is Army Corporal Paul Hedge. In 2012, I was shot multiple times while defending my base from an attack in Afghanistan. I was initially shot in my left leg through the tib-fib. This ultimately resulted in limb salvage to both of my legs, shrapnel throughout my body, and several other injuries. This is my girlfriend, Hannah. Lord of the Rings is what got the conversation started. And she was able to tolerate my several hours of Lord of the Rings lore, and that's when I knew I had to keep her.
When I first met Paul, there was a lot that stood out about him. We had a lot in common as far as, like you said, the nerdy stuff, but I would have to say his positivity and his unwavering determination.
I love most about Hannah is how much she cares about people. The people around her are all better because of what she does for us. I was really interested in the military in general. I think I needed the discipline. I think I needed a challenge. I was a guitar player from Wisconsin, and I didn't necessarily expect to fall in love with the infantry, but I had a blast the whole time. I loved basic, I loved airborne school, I loved being in my unit. The day I got injured, it was right after lunchtime. I was walking back from the mess hall on base, and loud bang goes off. The whole building was caved in around me. The attack was initiated with a vehicle IED. I've been told it was several thousand pounds of HME, homemade explosives. Then they followed that up with 2 vans full of insurgents. They were just firing at us from multiple directions. It was hard to really pin down where and who to engage. There was an insurgent who had been pretending to be dead in the road, and as I was moving from position to cover, he hit me in one leg. I turned around, I spun around on that broken leg, and proceeded to get shot multiple times in my right leg. I yelled out that I was hit and kept trying to move. I was blacking out, and I remember I started feeling somebody dragging my body armor from my grab handle. I started making jokes and quoting Dave Chappelle, I got shot in my legs, Charlie Murphy. You can get a new couch, what am I gonna do about my legs? And I looked up expecting to see one of my buddies, and it was my sergeant major. I saw his rank first, and I was like, oh, shut up, Paul. Stop quoting Dave Chappelle. Yeah, limb salvage is it's a misunderstood injury, I feel like, to civilians. When you don't have 2 below-the-knee prosthetics, people just assume it's not that bad. You have your legs, and a lot of guys on the prosthetics are getting around great. I can't do the below-the-knee amputation at this point because I have a bunch of infections during the hospitalization and the recovery. Been a frustrating experience as well as painful and sometimes discouraging. So we live in a condo in Fort Collins right now. It's not set up for handicapped people.
His stairs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Stairs to get upstairs, stairs out the front door, stairs out the garage. So there's steps everywhere that he really just doesn't leave the house.
Yeah.
Because it's just a challenge. So he's really determined, and he's a really positive person, and he's just doing the best he can with his injuries. And of course, we just work around it, and I just fill in those gaps for him as best I can.
I found out about Homes for Our Troops because Joe Bonamassa follows them on Instagram. He's a blues guitar player, and I was scrolling through my feed and I saw something that looked like a disabled veteran. I saw some of the prosthetics I'm familiar with. I click on the picture because Joe Bonamassa follows this, so I was like, so thanks, Joe. I started talking with people in the organization, and they were extremely accommodating. Everybody was so friendly. If I'm to get a home from Homes for Our Troops, the main thing I'm looking forward to is the bathroom. Being able to feel safe in the bathroom, not having to worry about falling. Same with the kitchen, not having to worry about injuries or slipping or being cramped. Rebuilding my life starts with feeling like I actually have a home, feeling like I can kind of let go of a clenched fist and a clenched jaw that I feel like I've had for over a decade now. To all the donors and supporters of Homes for Our Troops, I'd want to say, obviously thank you isn't enough, but a lot of us aren't asking for help. We're turning to everything else except asking for help, and it's just the biggest gift you can give somebody.